This is unfortunate. It really is. And sad to say, there are a lot of women that will be for this, even black women who will be for this win. Because sadly, majority of women, especially black women, are for the murder of kids. Federal judge orders group that exposed sale of baby parts to pay millions to Planned Parenthood. Kind of reminds you of a female that is caught doing dirt and exposed, and she finds a way to use the court system to punish the people or the person that exposed her dirty laundry, even if what she was doing was a crime. In what is no doubt only the latest secular government attempt to stifle Christian principles as well as common decency, a federal judge has handed down an outrageous decision ordering a group that exposed the sale of baby body parts by Planned Parenthood affiliates to pay the national organization $13.6 million. U.S. District Judge William Orrick III, a left-wing hack appointed to the federal bench by Barack Obama, ruled last week that David Dailydin and his associates at the Center for Medical Progress alleged violated the privacy rights of Planned Parenthood and its affiliates, which really means they exposed Planned Parenthood's private efforts to cut up aborted babies and sell off their body parts for profit. Mind you, Dailydin and his organization plan to appeal this ridiculous ruling to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, but given its historic dominance by similar thinking left-wing judicial activists, there isn't much reason to believe it will be successful. Previously, a jury determined that Dailydin and CMP violated the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, RICO, by video Planned Parenthood executives, in their own words, cavalierly discussing chopping up little babies and selling their tissue for big profits. During a recent appearance on Breitbart News Sirius XM program, Dailydin revealed that Orrick is extremely biased and should have recused himself because he's actually the founder of a Planned Parenthood of Northern Carolina clinic in San Francisco. Planned Parenthood very intentionally and very strategically, with a lot of gamemanship, filed this case specifically to get it in San Francisco in front of a judge, William Warwick, who is an Obama appointee, who was a bundler for the Obama campaign for hundreds of thousands of dollars, is best friends with Tom Sater. Dailydin told the program, how's that for a supposedly unbiased interpretation of this case? As reported in October 2019, Planned Parenthood filed suit against the CMP alleging privacy violations, but the abortion mill all but admitted its guilt when the company revealed that, yes, it does sell baby body parts to companies like STEM Express. Planned Parenthood abortion providers appeared under oath in court today and admitted supplying the body parts of children in the womb to for-profit brokers like STEM Express, Dailydin said in a statement at the time. Meanwhile, the vice president of the National Abortion Federation denied any knowledge of the gruesome trafficking in fetal body parts, despite hosting STEM Express as a major vendor at the trade shows. At issue here is CMP undercover operation to video Planned Parenthood officials and whistleblowers who were not only admitting to sales, but also actually negotiating higher prices for aborted fetal parts. The Trump administration in December 2017 actually launched an investigation into the allegations that Planned Parenthood was trafficking illegally in fetal tissue and parts. According to reports at the time, Justice Department Assistant Attorney General for Legislative Affairs Stephen Boyd requested documents from the Senate Judiciary Committee, which had earlier launched a probe of Planned Parenthood. For a time, it appeared as though the abortion mill was going to face federal charges for trafficking in body parts. But of course, this was all before we realized that President Trump's Justice Department was really just a front operation for the deep state and never had any plans to seriously pursue any charges against Planned Parenthood, despite the fact that the undercover video evidence clearly proves the case against the abortion provider. And now, with federal courts too afraid to take up obvious vote fraud, it is becoming clear by the day that this governing institution no longer functions as designed, either leaving hapless Americans literally nowhere to turn in order to get some relief and satisfaction against the cultural onslaught by the deep state. It's a situation that breeds rebellion. And this is what's coming down to, people. And for those who are for abortion, especially Black liberal women, I want you to understand something. Back in the day, in the times of, when it was still racism around, but racism, I'm talking about racism when a Black man comes back from war, okay, and he's still hung on a tree with his uniform. I'm talking about times when, a white kid could put on a sign, $2 for a N-word's ears, okay, or their nose or their fingers, okay. I want you to understand that this is what they're doing. Since people want to be pro-Black, but when it comes to this talk about Black lives being dead baby body parts being chopped up and sold, someone tells me you would be okay with that. Okay. But I'm trying to get you to understand something. All right. These white liberals don't care about you. All right. And can't even give the baby a decent burial. You're going to chop it up and sell it. And unfortunately, I know people, women, there are some women that they don't care. So what? It's like, so what? They chop up baby body parts and sell them. Just a fetus, right? It's funny, it's just a fetus when you want to abort it, but when a pregnant woman is killed, now it's a life. Especially on a means of convenience. I'm just putting that thought out there. Remember what I just said a few minutes ago. There was a time when Blacks' body parts were chopped up and it could be sold. In this country, it could be sold. A Black person's ears, fingers, God knows what else. So remember that when you are for Planned Parenthood, created by Margaret Sanger, that was for the extinction of Negroes. Remember what I just told you. You are for that. You are for those days again when they will sell it openly. Not only white, Chinese, ethnic groups, dead baby body parts, but also Black dead baby body parts. Just food for thought. Okay. Tell me what you think about the stream. Tell me what you think about what's going on. Okay. All right. Later.